third episode of the Star Wars Versus series. So, before we get into the battle, I would just like to say, as always, I'm truly sorry if your favourite character doesn't win, but I'll put up a poll, so even if your favourite character doesn't win, you can still vote in what you think is right. So let's get into the video, shall we? So, in this battle we have the blind Kanan Jarrus from Star Wars Rebels versus the also blind Rahm Kota from the Force Unleashed games. So, who will win between the battle of the blind guys? These videos take me a long time to make, so could you please like, share and subscribe? Have you done what I told you to do? Yep, sure you have. Let's start. So, we're going to start off with Kanan Jarrus, or his original name, Caleb Dune. Kanan Jarrus was a Force-sensitive Jedi and was an apprentice of Depa Billaba. Sorry, I can't pronounce her name. He was still a Padawan and had not completed his Jedi training. Kanan could also use a blaster and a lightsaber as well. Kanan had some skill in Form 3 due to his training under Depa Billaba. The Inquisitor noted Jarrus favoured the style to a ridiculous degree. During his third duel with the Inquisitor, Jarrus' skill had improved with practice, something the Inquisitor acknowledged. In his final deal with the Inquisitor, Kanan demonstrated enough mastery of Jar Kai to defeat him. In addition to Form 3, Jarrus possessed skill in Form 5, which he demonstrated on some occasions to defect blast fire. While he was skilled enough to hold off the seventh sister and the fifth brother in combat, he still was unable to beat them. Despite being blinded, Kanan was still able to spar with Sabine in a lightsaber training session. Jarrus showed his skills in telekinesis, such as pinning the Inquisitor to the ceiling or pulling stormtroopers in so he could clothesline them. As well as pushing objects and multiple people, Jarrus could also sense things through the Force, like when he first felt Ezra's presence on Lothal, and when he felt Luminara's presence. Jarrus also demonstrated an ability for calming down animals and making them obey him. He could also perform Force enchant jumps, such as when he escaped Agent Kallus or when he leapt to slice the left legs of a walker, as well as mind tricks. Through his master, Caleb Dune was able to receive Force visions, such as when he witnessed the Jedi's destruction. When Kanan was blinded by Maul, he used the Force to improve his senses and see where Maul was so he could fight him. Under the guidance of Bendu, Kanan learned to see through the Force despite his blindness. Through the Force, the blinded Kanan was able to accomplish abilities including surviving being thrown into space, fighting Imperial troops and battle droids alike, and using the Force to deflect a rocket towards an Imperial walker. Kanan was able to use his Force powers to hold on to Fenn Rau's fan fighter despite the Mandalorian pocketer's best efforts to shake him off. Okay, so that's Kanan gone. Now let's move on to Rahm Kota. Rahm Kota was a Jedi Master and respected general during the Clone Wars. Kota was a skilled lightsaber duelist and was a user of the lightsaber combat form Juyo. Unlike most Jedi who hung their lightsabers from their belts, Kota kept his on a sheath on his back. Despite being trained in the most aggressive of the 7 forms of lightsaber combat, Kota preferred to adopt a defensive stance in combat, using the Force to protect himself until he could launch a counterattack. While trained in the use of the Force, Kota was able to use telekinesis to move objects or deflect incoming attacks and projectiles, and to throw his lightsaber with extreme accuracy. He was able to use the Force to snatch both Galen Marek and Darth Sidious's lightsabers from them during his encounter with Imperial forces. He employed telekinesis to hurl objects at enemies or repel them from his presence, and had enough mastery to detach the command tower from the TIE fighter construction facility over and send it falling toward a planet. He possessed training in farsight and received at least one vision of the future during his duel with Marek, when he sensed his future and his opponents would be interwoven. He was skilled in Force deflection, which he could easily use to catch Force lightning and a Force push from Marek during their duel. Despite the loss of sight, Kota's connection to to the Force enabled him to function as if he had not lost it. He was able to move and fight as well as fly starships and command major battles from the bridge of a starship. He would often react to events as if he was able to see them with his eyes. Kota also possessed some skills in healing himself with the Force. After Kota's 7-day battle in the Tarko Sea Arena on Kato Nomidia, the medical examiner recorded that despite several injuries, Kota was in no danger of dying and needed only quick treatment before returning to duty. The examiner also noted that Kota's body had evidence of many past injuries that had not been healed with conventional medical techniques. Kota also finished his whole Jedi training, unlike Kanan. Finally, in conclusion, the winner between the two blind guys, with all the research and facts, is Rahm Kota. I personally think that Kota would win because, first of all, he had finished his whole Jedi training and is more experienced than Kanan, and is more strong in the Force than Rahm Kota. Than Kanan, I mean. So anyway, thanks for watching the video. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment, and notify. So, this is Commander Neyo pressing stop recording. Bye-bye.